Welcome to your weekly World Climate Change News Report. Our headlines this week are: September 2020 is the hottest on record, climate change and the presidential debate, Indian railways to go carbon-free, climate change threatens Arabian marine life, flowers are changing colors, earthquakes as indicators of climate change, and Exxon plans to increase carbon emissions. Our first story: September 2020 is the hottest on record. This year has seen another global record, with September being declared the hottest one ever recorded due to climate change. Last month, we saw unusually high temperatures across various global regions, accompanied by a number of concerning environmental events, which have led scientists to predict that 2020 is on course to be the hottest year ever recorded. Our second story: climate change and the presidential debate. Climate change got more attention during the first U.S. presidential debate than in any other presidential debate in history. Both candidates offered different viewpoints on fuel economy standards and the Clean Power Plan. President Trump said nothing about boosting fossil fuel production, the lone indicator of his administrator's energy agenda. Instead, he said supportive things about electric vehicles and planting trees, contradicting his previous declarations. Our third story: Indian railways to go carbon-free. Indian railways have plans to go carbon-free by 2030 with support of the United Nations Environmental Program. Indian railways contribute to about 4% of the country's greenhouse gas emissions, which in turn leads to climate change. To achieve net zero emissions, the Indian government plans to electrify the entire network within the next 3 to 4 years, reducing the emissions caused by diesel. Our fourth story: climate change threatens Arabian marine life. Scientists from Columbia University reported the occurrence of a strange sea sparkle that has displaced vital microscopic algae, which forms the basis of marine food chain in the Arabian Sea. This is likely to cause enormous declines in fisheries and eventually lead to a dead zone. Researchers have linked the emergence of the sea sparkle bloom with the loss of ice coverage in the Himalayan Tibetan Plateau, driven by climate change. Our next story: flowers are changing colors. Current Biology has published a study that has shown that UV pigmentation of certain flowers has changed due to climate change. While this can't be seen by the naked human eye, the UV patterns are crucial to the survival of these flowers. Pollinators are attracted to specific UV rays, and if this changes, there is a fear that not only will flowers be affected, but pollinators as well. Our next story: earthquakes as indicators of climate change. New researchers are using sound waves caused by earthquakes to predict global warming and climate change. The measurement can be done by timing sound waves set in motion by earthquakes. The sound travels quicker in warm water than in colder water, and seawaters both boost and are subject to climate change effects. And our final story: Exxon plans to increase carbon emissions. While other oil companies plan to invest in renewables, ExxonMobil is planning to increase its yearly net carbon emissions by 17% over the next 5 years. This amounts to around 100 million tons, as reported by Bloomberg. Exxon is now facing multiple lawsuits in relation to misleading information and the denial of climate change. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for weekly World Climate Change News updates.